Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a Screenwriter's Rant on Beast, one of the most watched trailers to be put on YouTube. It had 30 million views in 24 hours. It is an Indian movie and done in the language of Tamil. There's a lot of different languages and ethnic groups in India. It's not just Indians. So I'm going to try to break it down. Most of this trailer is not in English, but violence is the universal language. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing, Little Joan. Please check out my books, and you have, and Little Joan got a treat, even though she's been so bad. She's been so bad disrupting my videos. Disrupting. But if you continue to buy my books, I will be forced to feed this beast. This beast. Not that beast. So thank you. All right. So this is billed as an action comedy. And I guess it is, because you got these guys, they're the administrator guys who call out the beast after terrorists take over a mall, and they don't want the beast. But he's the best, and they have to call him, and this is his past exploits, killing terrorists with like a knife and nothing else, blowing up, I don't know, a terrorist compound somewhere, just killing guys with a knife, flying a jet covered in blood or something. He's covered in something. I assume it's blood. And here he is showing up at the mall with nothing but an axe. Because, he's just going to waltz in and blend in with the rest of the people held hostage. And this is the guy's name. Let me try this one. Thalapathy? Thalapathy? Am I saying that right? Or thalapathy? That's the way I would pronounce it. Vijay. Thalapathy? Vijay is the star. And he's pretty badass, but you notice he's not like cut or anything. But he is very sort of stoic in his demeanor. And the bad guys, they all have masks and stuff, and then there's this bloody scene where he's fighting a bunch of guys with a knife, and he's just stabbing them. I don't know where their guns are, but apparently they put their guns away for, I don't know, lunch or something, and then he fights them with a knife and kills them all. In this scene, they two guys hold doors while they're firing machine guns at them, and then they open the doors so he could fire a rocket at, I guess, this guy, or is that in a later scene? I don't know. And then this is the angry politician. Is like, no, the beast is going too far. People are going to die. He's the best we've got, sir. That's the scene, even though it's not in English. There's a few sentences that are in English, so I caught some of it. So it kind of goes back and forth to Tamil and English, but mostly in Tamil. I'm not familiar with that language. And then here he is in an elevator in a little car where I assume there was a previous scene where he's fighting guys and getting away and saving people by driving a car into a glass elevator. There's another scene. I don't know what he's doing here. And there's this thing where they spell out the word beast. And it's written by and directed by Nelson. And then his last name is Dilip Kumar. Dilip Kumar. So he just shortened it to Nelson, I guess, to make it easy. Maybe that's his stage name, so to speak. And then there's scenes where he's flying jets, too. So the Indian movie industry, they do not skimp when it comes to action. No, they do not. There's lots of action in their movies. So written in Nelson doing all the heavy lifting. It looks like a fun movie. I don't think we would. I don't know if I got the comedy, other than it would be funny to note the similarities in our own action movies of the past. Not that they're making any more, because God forbid someone be offended in this country. But it looks okay. He looks very stoic, maybe overly so. Maybe that's the joke. Like, he doesn't break. He doesn't laugh. He doesn't do anything. He's just killing guys. So I would imagine the first act is the terrorists take over a mall, because that's very profitable. But it's something terrorists do, and they take dozens of people hostages. So they've got dozens of hostage, and then they've got a crisis. So Act 2 is they got a crisis, and they call in the Beast. And there's an argument over whether or not the Beast should be involved. And there's some guy, he cuts open I don't know, he's at the mall, and he cuts a cloth thing to peer out, and I think he's the main bad guy that they're not quite showing. Anyhow, the Beast is like this super terrorist killer guy, so maybe they show some of that, and he escapes on a jet. Anyhow, they eventually send the Beast in, probably midway in Act 2. He just starts killing guys left and right, and from here, I think the escalation of the violence is pretty evident. So it's a mall, but it's just insane amounts of violence, and he's just killing guys left and right. And then the women are swooning. Nice. And this is, I think, a funny moment as he's posing as one of the hostages in order to get closer to the bad guys before he kills them all. So this is probably before he starts stabbing everybody. And so this guy, I'm guessing, is a comic relief moment. Like, oh, that guy, he's a killer. Or, you know, some kind of pun like that. Only it's in Tamil, and, you know, we probably wouldn't get it. So then later it's big gunfight and more arguing. And then there's a line that the Beast says, something like, because I'm not a politician, I'm a soldier. So it's very 80s in that respect. I like it. I'd watch this movie. Sure. I probably wouldn't get it all. I mean, if it was subtitled, you know, it's not in the trailer. But it looks like fun. And then, you know, the prologue is usually, well, I don't know if this is in every movie in India or just in certain movies, but there's usually like a musical thing because music's big. So the music credit was big in the credits for the trailer. So I assume it's a popular musician over there. I'm not sure if they have a musical ending, because sometimes they do with the cast dancing and stuff, which I kind of like because it harkens back to a time, just reminding the audience that ultimately the cast are performers. They're performing, and that's a moment where they perform. I kind of like it when what the hell movie did they do it in? I think it was, I want to say something about Mary, one of those type movies where they sang at the end. I know they kind of did a little bit of that with the Blues Brothers. They ended with Jailhouse Rock, and then they had like the cast members sing different bars of it too. They like went back through the cast and let them sing stuff, and then some of the crew did, and it was fun. You know, it was fun. It was like jovial. It was like everybody's a performer here, and they're just, you know, and they're doing their darndest to entertain you. And I felt like that's something that's really lacking in today's movies. The fun is definitely not there, and that would help bring back some of the fun. You know, kind of break down the barrier between audience performer a little bit, and say, okay, yeah, these guys are really going the extra mile to sing on top of everything else they did for the movie. You know, but I don't know if they do that here. Maybe somebody in the comments can enlighten me if this is the sort of movie where there would be a singing and dance number at the end, or if that would be inappropriate for this kind of movie, or am I thinking of a different province? You know, again, I haven't gotten completely spun up on the Indian movie industry. It's pretty complex. Like, literally each province has its own little movie industry. So I assume Tamil is its own deal. So it looks cool. Beast. I think there's a reason this has 30 million views. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Monster Joan, Little Beast Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. Right, Little Joan? Right, Little Joan? And we'll see you in the next one.